Hi everyone, welcome to my Gujarati kitchen. Today I will be sharing a recipe for an Indian dessert, which is Gulab Jamuns. So this recipe which I'm sharing today is by far the best recipe that I've come across, as it's quite simple, quick and easy to do. It's a bit like having a packet mix, and I just can't recommend this particular recipe enough. So to make this, you will need 9 tablespoons of milk powder, 3.5 tablespoons of plain flour, half a teaspoon of semolina, also known as soji in Hindi, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of yogurt, 2 tablespoons of milk, I've used full fat milk, 1 teaspoon of ghee, 1 cup of sugar and the equal amount of water, so that's 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of rose water and 3 cardamoms which are crushed. So the first thing we will do is take a bowl and add in the milk powder, the plain flour, the soji or semolina and the baking powder, and we will then give this a good mix. You can mix it using your hands or a spoon. I have chosen to mix it with my hands just so all of the ingredients are blended in well together. Once all of these ingredients have been mixed together fully, we will then keep this to a side. We will now start working on the sugar syrup. So for this we will take a pan, add sugar, water, cardamom and let this cook on low to medium heat. What we want to achieve is a thin consistency. This is because if the sugar syrup is too thick, then it will not be absorbed by the gulab jamuns right to the core. So the thinner it is, the more easier it will be for the gulab jamuns to absorb. We will take the mixture which we had kept to the side and we will add milk and yogurt to this and we will start mixing it. Ideally, you want to mix in all of the ingredients using your hands rather than using a spoon. The reason for doing this is that it ensures all of the ingredients are blending in well and that a proper dough can be created. What we want to achieve here is a soft dough. The reason for this is that with a soft dough, our gulab jamuns will also be nice and soft. Once we have formed a soft dough, we will take about half a teaspoon of ghee and mix this into the dough. Once the ghee has been mixed in well, your dough for the gulab jamun is now ready. What we will now start to do is give the dough the shape of gulab jamuns. So to do this, we will first of all need to make sure we have some ghee ready. I usually divide the dough into 2 parts and work with the first half. However, this is optional. So what we want to do here is form small round shapes like a ball from the dough, and we want these to be quite small in size. And the easiest way to do this is roll the dough into a long shape, break off a little bit and then roll it into a round ball. And just a handy tip here is to first of all apply ghee to your hands and then roll the dough into a round shape. This way the dough will not have any cracks in it. This is actually quite important, as where the dough does have cracks in it, then when you do go to fry them, they will split open. You want to make sure that you are only applying light pressure, and the best way to do this is by keeping a slight dent in your hand when you are rolling the dough. You want to continue giving shape to the dough until all of it has been used up. I ended up with about 20 small gulab jamuns. When you get to about halfway, at this point you will want to check up on the sugar syrup, as it will be ready and it will be the thin consistency that we need it to be. We will turn off the gas, add the rose water, mix this in, and our sugar syrup is now ready. We will keep this to a side for use later. We will now put some oil in a pan for deep frying the gulab jamuns. You want to keep this on low to medium heat. I have added about 5 to 6 gulab jamuns each time I've been frying them, just so they've got enough space to fry properly. When you are frying the gulab jamuns, you want to constantly turn them just so they can get an even colour all around. And when the gulab jamuns start to look dark brown in shade, you want to take them out, drain out all the oil and add them to the sugar syrup. Our sugar syrup should not be hot, otherwise it can cause the gulab jamuns to split, but we do want it to be nice and warm so that the gulab jamuns fully absorb the sugar syrup. When you first add in the gulab jamuns, they will float, and once they start drinking the syrup, they will sink down to the bottom. If you are cooking the gulab jamuns in stages like I have done, then you will want to fry all of the gulab jamuns and add them to the sugar syrup. Once you have added all of the gulab jamuns to the sugar syrup, you want to give this about 10 to 15 minutes for the gulab jamuns to fully soak up the syrup. If you do leave the gulab jamuns in the syrup for longer, then they will absorb more of the syrup, and then when you do go to take them out, they will break apart quite easily. So you don't want to leave it for too long. After about 10 to 15 minutes, the gulab jamuns will have absorbed the syrup and would therefore have increased in size. Once this has happened, your gulab jamuns are now ready to serve. We do hope you liked our recipe. If so, please do like our video and subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments or suggestions, please do comment below, and thank you for watching.